You asked for this, didn't you? What's up, guys? It's Gabe N Watch here for a 2026 edition of something that you might not know about me. Now, admittedly, my game collection hasn't gotten any bigger, so we're going to be switching gears a bit and talk about something that I, Gabe N Watch, was very much into during the formative years of my life. I was a very big Pokémon collector, roughly from around the years of 2008 to about 2017. So almost a 10-year run there. And yeah, we're just going to be going through my admittedly rare Pokemon card collection today. And we're going to be going in different tiers of rarity. So we're going to be going through like the holos first, and then you'll see it when the video comes out. Now, I am expecting more out of the quality of this video because I am shooting this very first Gabe N Watch video on my new Sony ZV-1 camera. So we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, let's just get into it. Alrighty, hey guys, so we're gonna be, I've sorted out my stacks kind of on the right hand side here. I know this is gonna be a little bit of a longer video, but I'm gonna try to give you, at least for the more important cards, kind of like the backstory on a lot of these, possibly what sets they came from if I can remember, what the card meant to me, because most of this is stuff that I've pulled. I think the only things that have a price tag on it, you'll see like on the sleeve itself what I paid for it. So everything that you're about to see has either been pulled or traded to friends over the years on the playground. So I've sorted these stacks. So right now we're just going to go to the bare basics. And this is not my entire collection. I have binders, but this is everything that I've pulled out of those binders that I thought was worth talking about. So first off, we're just going to go for bare bones holos. Right here we have a full art holo. I think these full arts were in rotation during the X and Y era for at least a little bit, and then they evolved into kind of what I'll be showing later. But yep, this is a Celebi holo. These next ones are going to be really cool. So this is Raichu from the Heart Gold series. I just think that this holo is very cool. Definitely from a great just lineup of Pokemon in the TCG. I love the Heart Gold series. I believe this is a promo Pikachu, and I love this holo, and I'm surprised that most of these cards that I've kept are in like pretty good condition. And this is a holo Gyarados that I believe is from the Pop series. Let's see if we can get a focus on that. Nope. Yeah. So it's 30 of 30, I believe. And I think that's the symbol for Pop. If you know that I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments below. And those are my bare basic holos that I just kind of wanted to get out of the way. So evolving on that, we have the very few trainer holos that I have, and these are just super cool. When I actually graduated from college, my cousin got me an ETB in 2024, so good heavens do I know what she paid to get it for me. And this is one of the pulls that I got out of it. This Bronzong, I think they're called trainer rare holos. This is a trainer from Gen 4 whose name I can't remember. But yeah, these cards are super cool. It's just the Pokemon and their trainer. And then we have Gen 2? No, nope, Gen 5? Obviously this is a Gen 5 Pokemon. It's Druddigon. But I don't know who this trainer is. Call me a fake fan all you want, but it's really hard to remember all these guys. But cool card. And next, this really cool Ivysaur. I bought one of those 6-pack bundles when I was in college at of course. And I bought a Pokemon 151, which I think sells for a little bit of buku bucks these days. But out of the 6 packs, the only thing that I pulled was this Ivysaur. But it's a lovely, beautiful card. And that's all I have for the evolution of those type of holos. Now next we're going to be going into the kind of pretty much the last era of cards that I collected. We're going to be going through all the GXs, and I guess along the way I'll be ranking what I believed were the best types of rares that you could get. And if I gotta be honest, GXs fall at the absolute bottom. I mean, they're cool cards, but you already struck gold with the EX, so it's just kind of like, what are we doing here, guys? And don't even tell me about the modern day EXs. I only have one modern day EX, but I didn't even include it in here. So yeah, Tauros GX, Toxapex GX, Sylveon GX, Solgaleo GX, Tapu Koko GX. Now this one is actually relevant because this was a menace of the card of a card back in the TCG in around 2016, 2017. And fun fact about this, back in the day, there was a Pokemon card emporium guy, and unfortunately I can't remember his name, but he had this thing where if you sent 1,400 cards in bulk, you could submit it to him and you would get a free booster box. Now, considering the prices of booster boxes today, I don't think that this was something that you can do anymore. Oh, sorry about the red light. But back in 2017, a friend and I took advantage of that, and we split it 700 cards each, and so we each got half a booster box. And this Tapu Koko GX was part of the half that I pulled from. And I think that was a good box because we got 9 hits in it. And this, oh, there's twofer. Kamomo GX. Possibly, I think this was also part of my hits. And I definitely know this was. Alolan Ninetales GX, definitely a part of my hits. So, I don't have too much to say about the GXs. This is obviously when it kind of fizzled out for me. But still cool to get any type of rare pull, I guess. Next up we have my few primes. Again, I don't think these are all my primes because I have a couple of promo primes, but they must be in a different tin. I like primes. They're cool. They're not my favorite just because a lot of the time I like when you have, you're able to kind of, your rare is a full art card that's going to take up the entire thing. And that's not the case with this. It's not going to be a case until we kind of get into the 2010s. But primes are really cool. They're just they just look slightly basic than the other type, than the rarity of cards from the set before the primes. And when we get to there, I'll talk about that. But we got Ursaring. I love this card. We got Ampharos, if it wants to focus. Yeah, there you go. Ampharos with its big red thing, which is actually what's projecting off of this, in case you didn't notice. Now we're gonna get to card quality, because this one is obviously just kind of one of those, and I think this happens. This has happened to actually all of my primes. I don't know if it's just because of what they make, but it's very U-shaped, which is strange. Maybe the primes weren't built. Again, this is a children's card TCG, so we shouldn't always be hyper focused in on the quality of the cards that we have. But it's just something interesting to note. Just to kind of spoil things a bit, there are going to be no graded cards in this lot. I know, lame, but There are a couple cards that I'd like to grade, but honestly, with what just at the time of me filming this, with what just happened with that Dioxys card and PSA last week, really making me not want to do that. Yeah. So Ampharos, just a super cool card. I love this pose, looking menacing as heck. And then we have a Steelix Prime if it wants to focus. Come on, buddy. I know you're a dark card, but there we go. Yeah, and I've noticed that a lot of these kind of Prime, it's kind of like, you know, me, Gabe N Watch, gotta fit Kirby into this. It's kind of like how they, when they put Kirby into the States, he was not a fun, happy-go-lucky being. They had to show Kirby with a fierce, you know, kind of like, this is his eyebrow going sideways. I guess to appeal to modern American audiences. Because with these primes, it kind of looks like they took a picture of it, put a bunch of dark backgrounds behind them, and made them look a little edgier, a little cooler. And if this were Slipknot Boom, I'm sure that he would make the comparison of when you look at the Japanese Sonic versus the American Sonic, at least if you look at the box arts of the Genesis games, or kind of that whole 1991 to 1997 era of Sonic. But that's if I were Slipknot Boom. Primes go above the GX. Basically, whatever order I put this in is just how I would rank them. Yeah, Primes a little bit better than GXs, but still not the creme de la creme. These are interesting. This is gonna encapsulate two different things actually. I don't remember which sets these were from, but these are your shinies. This is Shining Fates and Hidden Fates, but I don't have any Hidden Fates, but I believe it did start off this trend of these type of shiny Pokemon, which was something that, and we'll get to an example of that later on, but yeah, these are cool. These are just cool, and that's about all I have to say. I'm actually going through these way faster than I thought I would. I thought this was going to be kind of like my part 1 and 2s of this, where it was like 44 minutes and 51 minutes respectively, I think is what it is. But I just don't really have too much to say about these cards. This one's super cute though. But yeah, all of the Pokemon in these types of collections, they're obviously the shiny versions of them. And I really like that it has a consistent kind of holo pattern with, you know, just silver as your background base and all these little stars to indicate that it's shining like literally right in front of you. So that's really cool. That is really cool. Oh my boy, Rowlet, my original Gen 6 starter that I picked. Nowadays, they're all not great, so I probably would still pick, at least starting wise, I would still pick Rowlet out of those three. But the Litten line is, I think, just going off of the evolutions is where I'd want to go. No, actually I lied. I like Decidueye more than Incineroar. So I lied actually. So Rowlet, pretty cool guy. Honestly, pretty chill, low-key, nonchalant, shiny version, but I like that. Now I didn't exactly know where to put these, but they're still shinies and they kind of keep the same essence. So I have these Radiant cards, if it wants to focus in. Radiant Pokemon Go. Now, with this one, interesting story. You know when you go to like a Walgreens or something that's going to sell Pokemon cards, but it's also going to have like the ice cream version of the Pokemon cards where it's like fake stuff? This is not a fake card, but I bought one of those like $3, you know, no. I was given as a gift, I believe, by my friend and fellow YouTuber Dan, as one of those kind of like cardboard, you know, 100 cards, one guaranteed holo. And this was my guaranteed holo. And this is kind of like the one and only time where when I bought one of those types of things, I actually pulled something where I was like, oh my gosh, that's actually super cool. And I don't know if you can tell, but the pattern in this area. Looks very cool. This is again a shiny Venusaur, but they call it Radiant. And Radiant cards were something that I think lasted for at least a couple sets, because there were shiny legendaries, like a whole set dedicated to Radiant legendary cards. And that was a set that I really wanted back on Troll and Toad during the time that I wanted them. I think it was like $6 a pack. And I should have just gone for it. I could have gotten like 5 packs of it and added some more Radiance. Because I think this is like a super underrated, just kind of like cool. Like, you know, if I were Angry Joe, I would put like a badass seal of approval on these. I just think they're really neat. And obviously we have a couple more Radiants to show off from that. We have Radiant Greninja, who honestly just has one of the coolest shiny forms of any Pokemon, really. This is just a low-key version of, like, the whole card is hollow. And for this, I think, I actually haven't looked at this myself. We're just gonna see, like, how good of, oh wow, that's actually beautiful. That's actually, wow. If these cards were worth anything, I think that I would get this one graded, because it's, based off of the back, this could be 10 out of 10 potential. But I don't know if it would be, because if you're looking at these two sides, this one is a little thicker on the dark blue compared to this one. This one's a little slimmer, so I don't know if that would diminish my chances. But, oh, yes, now you can definitely see it. Like, what a cool hollow pattern design. That's beautiful, man. And we're gonna put that back in its sleeve. Now for a lot of these, you're gonna notice that I'm rocking like different types of sleeves for different stuff. This one is, I was gonna say Getsus, but that's not him. This is the Nihilist guy. Well, I guess Getsus is a Nihilist too. This is Team Galactic's guy from the one that my cousin bought for me. The ETB obviously comes with a pack of sleeves, so yeah, rocking that. And this is the creme de la creme. We're getting to my one of, I believe, 2 cards that I'm showing off that I have bought, gasp, solo cards for. And I had to do this because this is a cool one. I mean, I spent $34 on it. When did this card come out? 2022 Pokemon Go Radiant Charizard. And for these kind of more rare ones, we'll see if I actually do it or not, but maybe I'll put like what the loose near mint condition is at the time of me checking to see it. But this is just a cool card. I'm actually going to pull this one out too. Yeah, just look at that. What a cool card. Look at Charizard. Yeah, just super cool card. Let's flip it around and see what the back's looking like. Okay, another really nice back. But if it wasn't obvious last time, it's even worse this time. Now this border is way thicker than this one, which is super thin comparatively. And maybe it's just my eyes, but this bottom is actually thinner than this top as well. So, and that's the thing about like American printed Pokemon cards, is it's always going to have these little inconsistencies that it's why like PSA 10s for American printed cards I think do go for a lot more than other types of cards printed, is because BOGO's minted. It's just because it's so hard for whoever prints these to have really good, accurate, consistently accurate types of printing, which is a shame, but it also makes it so when you do get that 10 out of 10, it's great. And that's not, the Pokemon TCG is in an awful state right now at the time of me recording this. And I don't think that grading should be the end-all be-all, but I do think that this is meant to be a card game for children, but it can also just be like a cool hobby for people, and just to know that like the state that it's in right now, and obviously I think like I don't want to put the blame on us, just the people that are trying to have fun with it. But I mean, Logan Paul um, has kind of tanked it. I'll get off this soapbox in a little bit, but it's just it's weird knowing that something that I was able to do so easily and get so much joy from growing up. It's the modern kid, child even, can't go out and experience for themselves, and I think that's wrong. But with that said, we're gonna go to a fan favorite of mine. Above the primes, above the GXs, we're going to the Level X. Just a cool freaking card. Now this is the other card that I bought. This one was $20. Also shout out to Mr. E Comics in Maricopa, Arizona. A really cool card shop that I bought these two cards from. So I probably gave them half their business that day at $54. Just kidding. Also, who's driving out to Maricopa? So I might not be kidding. I don't remember. Also interesting to note, this card does not have an attack. It does not have this card. This card doesn't do damage essentially. But what a cool card! I have a soft spot for the Level X's, basically, because they just look cool. Look how cool this is. Again, Giratina is my favorite Pokemon. Just gonna put it out there. This is the Sky form version. I don't know if I like the Sky form or the Land form, but I'm gonna say I like the Sky form just because my favorite card of all time that I don't have uses the Sky form, and that's a card that I really want to get. It's the Lost Origin special, the Lost Origin V. I don't have Vs, but I do think that Vs are cool and definitely a step up compared to GXs, which I think Vs came after GXs. The Porcelain Church Stained Glass Sky version Giratina V is the coolest card I've ever seen. Just straight up. And I love my Giratina cards. I love my boys. And yeah, this is Giratina Level X. Now we're going into one that I have so much nostalgia for. I did pull this one myself, rocking the classic red sleeves. I think a lot of these were in these red sleeves before. I don't know why I'm mentioning it now. This is from Platinum Arceus. I call it Arceus. There were 3 different Arceus Level X's in these, and this was the only one that I ever pulled. But now, for a lot of my youth, for a good solid, like, close to 10 years, Pokemon packs were $4.19 a pack. And I think they're $4.99 now. But $4.19 was the gold standard. But there was a collection pack of this set of Platinum. And it was it had 5 packs and like a promo Arceus for $20, $19.99, and my brain was like, I'm saving $1, and I get some extra goodies. So I must have bought this specific pack box set with 5 packs of this Platinum Arceus, maybe close to 10 times over. Thank you, Nana. And obviously in one of those, I pulled this card, and it has this pattern on it, which is super cool. So now we're getting into kind of cards that mean a little bit more to me, so I'll be sharing the backstory on it. Oh, this one. Actually, before we get to that card, let's do these two first. The Cresselia and Darkrai. I'm actually going to show them both at the same time. What cool cards these are. Now, in I want to say 11, a couple years after the Level X's went out of rotation and the black and white, Primes took over and black and white was about to be introduced in 2016. I believe is around the time that this happened. That was when I was like, holy crap, I want to buy some Level X's. And I found this pack bundle that had the Cresselia Level X and Darkrai Level X as the what were supposed to be promo cards, or what I believe to be promo cards, and 4 packs of the Gen 4 sets that had level X's as the chase cards. But when I opened this up, let me just actually make sure that this is the case. Yeah, these are not promo cards. These are the actual, if it wants to focus. Yeah, so if you see that 103 out of 106, these are not promo cards. You just got the straight up actual like set versions of these level X's. So that's 103, and this one is going to be 104. Yeah, 104. So, yeah, I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. Because when does Pokemon do that? And I'm sure like these cards aren't worth much, but look at this Darkrai. Look how freaking cool it is. Look how cool this Cresselia is. I love level X's. Now, I can't remember which one I got this from. I do want to say it's this one. And this, look how freaking cool this card is. Out of those 4 packs, I pulled this Electivire FB, which I don't remember what that stands for. I think it's like Frontier Battle version. But these are also trainer cards. So this is, I think these are exclusively to like the Elite Four members of Gen 4 and Cynthia, the GOAT. But yeah, look at how cool this card is. Look how cool it is. Now I'm saying I don't remember if this or the next card I'm going to show was the level X that I pulled out of those 4 packs. Because I'm going to be honest, I did not open a lot of level X, or I'm sorry, of Gen 4 packs where level X's were the chase cards. This and the next thing I'm about to show you is kind of the only thing that I got close. And I do have a Garchomp level X, the tried and true Cynthia one, but it's not in this collection. Maybe I'm going to splice it in and just kind of show, because I have more cool cards that I would love to show you guys. I mean, I only do this like once a year, so I'm going to take advantage of it. But this level X, so cool. Look how freaking cool that is. So cool. And yeah, and after I bought that, I said, boy howdy, would I like to buy another one. And so I did. Thank you, Amazon. I bought the Palkia and Dialga level X box. Same deal, 4 packs of level X cards. And yeah, this one, as you can see, also just straight up the cards from the set. Not, hey, sorry about that, guys. My camera shut off because it overheated, and it said, please, to preserve our sanity, just let us take a little snooze. So I said, okay. So I will probably speed through these a little bit quicker. But yeah, so same deal as the last Darkrai, Cresselia. These 2 real cards from the real set, had 4 packs, and I believe I pulled this Absol level X, which is probably my least favorite of the level X's that I have. But still, pretty cool card. And I took that opportunity when the camera died to pull out a couple more cards. And that one that I was just talking about, the Garchomp level X, if it wants to focus, with best girl, Cynthia. Cynthia's Garchomp level X, I believe that's what the C stands for. But with this card, I think that it does have the same pattern as the level X, but if it focuses, yeah, good enough. It says DP 46, or it did for half a second, which is Diamond and Pearl 46. So I think what it's saying is that this is the 46th promo card from the Diamond and Pearl era. And yeah, that's what I thought those other 2 level X's were going to be, but not the case. And those are my level X's. Definitely one of the coolest just ones to me. But now, actually, yeah. Okay, we're going to rocket fire through these ones. These are all, this big stack is my creme de la creme. This is when I was in my peak gamer mode EXs. Now, EXs lasted from around 2013 to 2017, I think. And yeah, this is everything. So we got White Kyurem EX, Seismitoad EX, traded for that one. Latios EX, Oh my gosh. What the barnacles? Come on. Latios EX. White Kyurem EX, but again. Mega Kangaskhan EX. Cobalion EX. Please. Oh, I'm begging you. Cobalion EX. Okay, these next three actually have a story to it. Mega Tyranitar, Hoopa EX, Mega Ampharos EX. Now, with these three, also shout out Mega Ampharos. Ampharos just a real one of a Pokemon. With these three cards, there was a set that had Giratina EX, and I really wanted it. And shout out Collector's Marketplace. The old school Collector's Marketplace had a booster box of it. And the packs were $4. And I bought 5 packs from this booster box, and I pulled these 3. Now, booster boxes, I think, had 7 hits per pull, per box. So I basically got close to half. So sorry for anybody that bought the remaining, like, I think there's maybe like 20 packs left of it. Because I took half your hits. And I did not get my Giratina anything. But super cool. I'm so glad I actually kept these together. This next EX has a story as well. Shaman EX is from the first set, Next Destinies. Now, they did this thing in the first few sets of the EX era, where they would put the letters EX into every name of the set. So it was Next Destinies, NEXT. Another one was Dragons Exalted, EXACTED. And I thought that's very cute. Now, I remember this for some reason. I bought a tin that had 2 packs of Next Destinies, and this was my 5th pack ever of the set, and I pulled this, and I bought that tin, I believe, at a Best Buy. Nope, I'm thinking of a different Shaman EX I'll get to later. I don't know when I got this one. That whole story applies to a different card, but it's still a Shaman EX. Shaman EX. Entei EX. Reshiram EX. Celebi EX. Kyurem EX. Now, there are 99 cards in Next Destinies, and I honest to goodness gracious, please, tried to pull the whole set, and out of the regular EXs, I could not get Kyurem for the longest time, still never got a Zekrom, and Mewtwo EX. Those were the only 3 regular EX cards that I was never able to pull. And I pulled this out of some random Evolution box set. And I was like, holy crap, Kyurem EX. I don't have any of the promos, but it had all, I think it's when Sylveon released. It had all like 9 Evolutions as promo cards, and I don't have any of them. I don't know where they are now. This one's cool. Mega Blastoise EX. I actually think I put this in my pocket once to show the people on the playground in 7th grade. And for some reason, it still looks great. Thundurus EX. Pretty cool looking card, actually. Mega Gallade EX. Now with these cards, this is the Japanese of the attack name, which is Unwavering Blade. So this is Unwavering Blade in Japanese. And if you pulled this card in a Japan set, it'll say Unwavering Blade in English right there. Mega, nope, not Mega, I wish. Rayquaza EX. Shaman EX, but again. Latios EX, but again, actually same card. Kyurem EX, but again. Excadrill EX. This is a fan favorite. Mega Gardevoir EX. Ho-Oh EX. Yveltal EX, if it wants to focus. Yep. And see, the EX is so cool that and obviously I know this isn't the first time they used EXs. They used it in Gen 3, but EXs are so cool that it was reintroduced in Gen 5 and it carried over to Gen 6, which they usually do a different style every generation, it seems like, but not for here. Regigigas EX, Charizard EX, Gallade EX, Gallade EX again, but in Japanese. You know how now there are like Pokemon vending machines? Back in the day, before that, I want to say this was in, when did this set release? Let's say 2015. Okay, so 2015. Let's just call it 2016. In 2016, I went to my local Safeway, and they just had a vending machine of all types of packs. There were no English packs, but they had like a few Japanese packs, and I spent $5 to get one Japanese pack, and I pulled this one pack. And EX this is my first and only card in Japanese that I've pulled, like, of this rarity. Golem EX, Ninetales EX, and the creme de la creme of the regular EXs that I have, the Mega Charizard EX, goes for a pretty penny as a PSA 10. This is the standard one. This is not the rare version of this. I love EXs. They're great. Absolutely great. Now, I would still put EXs over this next one I'm about to introduce, but I think these are cool enough that they deserve its own. We got the Prime cards, the Prime Duo cards, now the Legend cards even. I don't, unfortunately, have a full set of any of these three. I think I have, yeah, it looks like it's just one bottom and two tops. But yeah, look, the Heart Gold and Soul Silver era, they just warp a little bit. Dialga and Palkia, bottom card, bottom half. Entei and Raikou, top half. Yeah, look at that. And Ho-Oh, top half. Look at that. Look how bad that is. Yucky. Beautiful cards. And I only have a few of them, so that's why I put them in that spot. Next, oh baby, I love these. Don't have a lot of them. I do have one more that I'm not going to show you here, but we'll get to it later. Oh yeah, we got supporter cards. I love supporter cards. We actually pulled this on the channel during the advent calendar. When I Gabe N Watch opened up a full, holiday calendar. Apologies, 2024 holiday calendar. What a cool card. This is another set I tried to complete and got very close to doing so. I forget the name of this set. I think it's 152 cards, 160 cards. I have almost every card in this set except for a few. Archie's Ace in the Hole. Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick. The two rival teams, and I got both their supporter cards. Admittedly, I do like this one more, but this one has a funny name. Now, we go to the shinies. This one's not like a crazy shiny, that's why I'm starting off with it, but it has a gold border and the Pokeball. What a banger. This is a banger of a card. This card I actually pulled in those 5 Arceus box set packs I was talking about. So these are cool. These are your reverse holos, and this is a Shinx, but this is a shiny Shinx. And if we look at the card in the bottom, I don't know if you can see it, but it says SH12, so shiny 12. So they used to have these back in the day. These are your reverse holos, and it's in pretty good condition except for one thing. I got a crease in the card right here, right where this 10 is. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. Oh, a little bit, but yeah, I creased the card right there. I genuinely think I kept my cards in pretty good condition. I don't know what happened there, but what a cool way to have shinies. And this is random as hell. Like, it's just, you don't when you open up a pack, it's not something that you're expecting to see. And I think that makes it super cool. Now, admittedly, I have a couple more cool, what I think are even cooler, shinies. These shinies. So cool. Please focus. Hydreigon Shiny. What cool cards these are. This is from Next Destinies. I almost have this set so complete. I almost even have the shinies outside of the set, because this one is number 103 out of 99. And I almost have all the shinies. I think I'm missing 2. But yeah, again, actually, let's see what the back of this is looking like. Ooh, a bad back. And I really creased the hell out of this one. If you couldn't see it on the last card, you can definitely see it on this one. I think I sat on it, unfortunately. But, and I don't know if you can see this, this is a darkness Pokemon, a dark type even, and it has you can feel the darkness symbol because it's planted right in the middle of the card, which is so cool that these shinies did that. And the party don't stop there, because also from Next Destinies, we have the Zoroark shiny. And look how freaking reflective it is. Look at that baby. Oh man, this is 102 of 99. Now let's see what the condition is on this card. Wow. Actually pretty good. Except for that little white smudge at the bottom. But I'm not going to blame that on myself. Actually, kind of shitty. This whole entire thing has like little specks on it. But yeah, another badass shiny, and also has the one right there. Now we do have one more of these cards, but I'm not going to show it yet. Now we go to the classic cards. These were my cousin's. I got his card collection. Rest in peace, my cousin. But I was given these, and these have obviously the most importance to me. I would never get these cards graded, solely because, like, who gives a shit? These cards mean more to me than any superficial number could ever. But these are some vintage Pokemon cards. These are from the first set ever. And they're just so cool. So we have a Poliwrath Holo from base set. A Hitmonchan Holo from base set. We have a Snorlax from Jungle in Spanish. Hell yeah. I saved that one for last, actually. We have an Alakazam from the e-reader set of cards. I don't know why this one does not have a sleeve on it, but what a cool card. Sorry about that, guys. My camera overheated again. So this will probably be my last time. So hopefully I can get one more 10-minute round out of this, and then I can let my camera be for a little bit. But next we have Lapras, which I think is also from Jungle. And also they just started doing landscaping outside, so you might hear like a reef blower going on in the background. Yeah, if it wants to focus, I have a very cool Lapras card. Yay! Lapras, I believe from Jungle. Let's see, this is 1996. No, this might be base set. Might be base set. But something that I know for sure... Oh, nope. Forget that. One more. We got Clefairy Holo. Don't remember where this is from. But obviously, old school Pokemon. But yeah, just to bring it up, look how thick this top is compared to that bottom. Talking about cards here. Just kidding. But yeah, no, and I loved, obviously, like, this is the creme de la creme of any, like, you know, card collecting. This is the Blue Eyes White Dragon. is essentially like this hollow pattern. It looks so clean. But the best and coolest card that you're gonna see this on is a base set hollow starter Venusaur. I mean, just wow. This is history right here. Absolute history. And it's a prized possession, you know? It's just all these cards, you know, they mean a lot to me. This specific section, above all, it's just it's a nice memory, you know. Yeah, and it's history. It's a base set Venusaur hollow. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, you know? It really doesn't. What a cool card. Next, we have all of my full arts. And another card that I picked up when my camera died the first time. I do have a V. And this is also from Hidden Fate, so this is a shiny, keeping the same type of border of the silver and the sparkles. Hey, we got a Toxtricity V. Very cool. Now this is Zekrom. Oh man, this is a dark card. I don't blame it if it doesn't focus, but it does. This is what the chase cards used to be in black and white before they reintroduced the EXs, and I didn't really like it because they were super ultra rare, hard to get, because this, in base set black and white, there was only 2 chase cards. This Zekrom and the Reshiram. Admittedly, I think I like the Reshiram more, but this Zekrom, I pulled it. I don't remember getting a lot of base set black and white packs, but boy howdy did I pull this card. And what a cool one to have. This is a friggin' expensive card. The Mew EX full art. I do think I had like 4 of these, and I think I traded them on the playground to get other cool cards. But if I kept them, I think this goes for like $1,000 each. So, but a beautiful card, very sparkly. Cresselia EX full art. Focus. Another, honestly, I'm just gonna keep saying it. These are pretty cards. Now we're getting to the Shaman that I was talking about. This I pulled out of a tin from Best Buy on my 5th pack of Next Destinies. And I think this was what jump-started me trying to collect as many EX level cards as I could. Look how flippin' cool it looks. Genesect, I actually traded this on the playground for one of my cards. I had a Skyla, I think her name was Skyla, the aviation wind type Pokemon trainer from Black and White. I traded that for this card, which is a very cool card, which from Plasma Blast, I believe. But it's not in the best condition, but it is a really cool card to have. But that Skyla, now it goes for like $2,000. So, unfortunate, but I got a cool card out of it. Terrakion EX. Now, this was a card from Dragons Exalted, and this was the first ever, this was the second set that I got a booster box from. And because I, of course, wanted a Giratina EX full art, but instead my full art was this Terrakion, and it's still pretty cool, but it's no Giratina. Honestly, that Giratina EX full art was kind of gross looking. It did not look flattering. Kyogre EX, again, trying to get every single card from that set. I think I only have a few more full art EXs to complete the set. Meloetta, this is the same set as Bayonetta. This is the same set as that Mew that I showed earlier. Again, another very sparkly card, very cool. I think this goes for a little mint too. This Machamp, which looks super cool. This Machamp was also from the set of the, if it wants to. This, I also pulled this from the set that I was searching for the Giratina EX from the set where I shared the story how I bought 5 packs and I pulled 5 EXs from it. Now I actually pulled this just out of a random booster pack. It wasn't from collectors, but again, very cool. I'm actually gonna skip that one. I'm gonna put that in my favorites section. And this is a very cool card. I bought a Primal Clash. That was the set. The set that I'm close to completing is Primal Clash, and this is a full art Mega Groudon EX. Now I bought an ETB with it because I got a good report card, or my mom bought it for me, and it came with 8 packs. And usually you get like 2 EXs and some hollows. I didn't get a single hollow. I didn't get nothing. And on some last pack magic, I pulled this. And I was like, whoa, that's like a big chase card. Now I'm only gonna show you this. I'm gonna pull it out of its sleeve. Because the front, beautiful. But look at this back. I don't know if, oh yeah, you could see it. Look how shitty that is. This would be one of those really good cards if it came back and was like a 10, but it's not gonna be that. It's gonna be like a freaking 7 just because of how atrocious that back is from when I pulled it. But like I said, we don't care about that. We just care that we pulled the card in the first place, and what a cool card to pull. And now we are on our very last section, my favorite cards. And to start it off, we have the card that I pulled out of the last thing. This is my Mewtwo Full Art EX from Next Destinies. Now, Next Destinies was actually the first ever set that I got a booster box of, just because I loved the set. When I pulled that Shaman, I think it sparked something in me. I think the set came out in May, and my birthday is in July. And so I got that booster box for my birthday. And I pulled this Mewtwo EX from that box. I definitely pulled that Regigigas, that EX regular base from earlier, and I don't remember what the other EX was because I definitely got one more EX. And I will next go to, this is a promo card, Charizard, that goes for a really, really expensive, if it comes back as a PSA 10. If I can get this, yep, X and Y 121. So this is the 121st promo card of the X and Y era, and it's cool because it's got a little Magmar on there. Now these promo cards are super hard to get in a 10 because of the way that they're put inside. There is going to be like little like chafings and stuff just because of how they package the card, but it looks pretty good. See, like, I don't know if you can see this white right here, but yeah, these little marks, just because of how they put the promo cards inside of the packaging. But honestly, I think it could come back as like a 9. This was that other supporter card I was talking about. This is my favorite supporter. This is Bianca, but specifically the adult Bianca from the Black and White 2 video games. Bianca, one of your rivals in the original Black and White, and she grew up to be like a Pokemon, pretty much like a researcher, which is so cool. I love this card. I got this out of a booster box. I've opened up three and a half technically. But the other booster box I got was for a set called Boundaries Crossed, and this was the card that I pulled out of the booster box. I don't remember what the other ones were, but this is honestly just one of my favorite cards. Also goes for a pretty penny, but it's a beautiful card. There is definitely whiting on the edges, but the bottom looks pretty good. There's one more dot here. This is a pretty in good near mint condition card. It's just that also it is slightly warped. I should probably put it in the top loader, but I love this card. Also helps that orange is my favorite color, and just this is like a work of art. Obviously this is why you buy packs, to pull cards like this, because it is so pretty. This card is so pretty. And this is one of my favorite cards, so this is why I didn't show it during the supporter section. I love that card. Next, we have 2 more cards, and I'm showing this one because this is the card that introduced me to Pokemon. Giratina. This is why this Pokemon, absolute favorite. This was during a promotion for the Platinum game that I got this from a Burger King kids meal. This was the toy that they were giving out in that specific Burger King meal, and thank goodness that was the case. So this was my very first Pokemon card, or at least the one that I remember that introduced me to collecting Pokemon cards. Have this really cool platinum stamp on there. The card is nice and reflective, and it's funny because Shadow Force is actually Giratina's signature move, but it's not its primary move. It's Brutal Edge. I love this card. Look again at, oh wow, the card was stuck to the sleeve because I haven't pulled this out in like 15 years. That's crazy. Look at the indent of the card because it's been stuck in there for so long. But look at how bad this bottom is compared to the top. That's some peak North American distributing. Yeah, this card is rough. It's been through the ringer. This card it's gone through a lot, and I love it. Oh my gosh, not the time, helicopter, please. Oh, it's right in front of the house. I don't care. We're going through. My camera's about to die. Beautiful card. First ever Pokemon card that introduced me to the game. Please don't die on the camera. Last best card, Shiny Rayquaza from Dragons Exalted, the card that introduced the Dragon types to the Pokemon TCG. I got this out of the booster box. Honestly, what a booster box. I got that one. I think I got that Terrakion EX that I was talking about. Sorry, I am just pulling this out of the thing. Yep, so this is my prized possession. A PSA 10 just sold for this for $7,200. This is not coming back as a 10. It has a really good shot of coming back as a 9, but I would probably lean on an 8. But yeah, look how freaking awesome it is. It has the dragon type symbol in there. You can't see, oh, you kind of can see it actually. Yeah, that's a dragon type symbol. And this is the back. It's got one mark at the top right there, a little white mark. And a lot of little spots in this bottom one. And one on that corner. Actually, that one's pretty noticeable. This is my pride and joy, my true possession. This will probably be the card, one of the cards that I'll have for the rest of my life. And that's it. That is my small and admittedly rare Pokemon card collection. Hey guys, sorry about that. My camera died, so good to know what kind of battery percentage it has. That was basically it. That was my small but admittedly rare Pokemon collection. I've been Gabe N Watch. Thank you for watching today's video. If you want to know more about my niche hobbies, we can do it again next year. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you. Thanks for all the support on the channel. And I hope you have yourselves a damn good one.